మళ్ళీ త్యాగరాజ ఏదో ఉంది కదా ఇవాళ ఈరోజు ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉండొచ్చు.
ఒక్కసారి నేను డయాబెటిక్ సెల్ఫ్ కేర్ ఫౌండేషన్ గురించి చెప్తాను. అంటే చాలా మందికి తెలిసి ఉండొచ్చు.
కరెక్ట్.
మన ఫౌండేషన్ చాలా సంవత్సరాల నుంచి ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు. ఉషాబాల గారు ఇంగ్లీష్ లో మాట్లాడమని చెప్పారు, కొంతమందికి రాదని. అవర్ ఫౌండేషన్ does this activity and its objective is to disseminate information on diabetes mellitus, which is commonly known as diabetes. For this purpose, we arrange an interaction meeting, sometimes a demo, sometimes some tests are conducted on few days, but these meetings are conducted on the fourth Sunday of every month. The important objective of this foundation is, as the name itself indicates, it is self-care, a monitoring of the situation of diabetes by self-care, by yourself, by doing certain things. As you all know, the doctor may prescribe a few things, but actually patient has to follow those things. And we can't go to a doctor each and every time or every day, and nowadays it is still less. So we have to learn things about the diabetes and keep it under control so that we can lead a healthy and normal life. Many of our members here, as you can see, they are quite elderly. Many of them have long history of diabetes, yet still they are very healthy and they maintain a healthy lifestyle. All this is from the feedback I get from our members is our Diabetic Self-Care Association interaction meetings have really helped, wherein experts, like today we have Dr. Ramana, who is an expert speaker on yoga. Likewise, sometimes there will be a nutritionist person, cardiology, or even we had one homeopathy even recently, or Ayurveda. This also, we try to get this knowledge and disseminate this information. And all these activities are free. Sometimes camps are conducted to detect diabetes, and certain medicines are also distributed. And all this is because of Dr. P.V. Rao and Dr. Ushabala, who are our medical advisors. I welcome all the members who are present here, and those who are not present also. We hope some people will join a little later. And today's speaker, Dr. Ramana, is a yoga expert. Because of his modesty, he claims that what do I say? He claims that his knowledge is limited, which is probably for everyone, but we all know that he is an expert in yoga, and today he will be talking and interacting with you in terms of yoga for senior citizens. May I request you all to welcome Dr. Ramana, please. Dr. Rao, would you like to add anything about Dr. Ramana or anything else?
Yes,
before Dr. Rao garu talks, just a clarification, sir. I am not at all a doctor. I am just a yoga teacher. Kindly, Dr. P.V. Rao garu, please.
I stand corrected, sir, but you are a Vaidya. Vaidya Narayana Harihi. That is our spirit. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
ఒక 2-3 రోజుల క్రితం మాకు జూమ్ మీటింగ్ అయింది. జూమ్ మీటింగ్‌లో చిన్నపిల్లల కార్యక్రమం అయిందన్నమాట. అంటే పిల్లలంటే టైప్ 1 డయాబెటిస్ ఉన్న చిన్నపిల్లల కార్యక్రమం జరిగింది. దాంట్లో ఈయన యోగా గురించి మాట్లాడారన్నమాట. మాకు యోగా అనేది యూనివర్సల్‌గా అందరికి అన్ని వయసుల వాళ్ళకి, అన్ని వ్యాధుల వాళ్ళకి ఒకటే రకంగా చెప్తున్నారు. అలా కాకుండా పిల్లల్లో ఏం చేయాలన్నది ఈయన ప్రత్యేకంగా చెప్పగలిగారన్నమాట. అందుకని నేను గూడా ఏంటంటే పెద్దవాళ్ళు వయసు కొంచెం పెద్ద వయసు ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఒక రకంగాను, మధ్య వయసు వాళ్ళు ఒక రకంగాను, పిల్లలకి ఒక రకంగాను, కొన్ని వ్యాధుల్లో కొన్ని రకాలుగాను, యోగాలో కూడా కొన్ని వ్యత్యాసాలుంటాయి కాబట్టి అలాంటి వ్యత్యాసాలన్నీ కూడా పాటించి చెప్తే బావుంటుందనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఇప్పుడు రమణ గారు చిన్న పిల్లలకి అంటే 15 ఏళ్లలోపు వయసు పిల్లలకి డయాబెటిస్ వస్తే వాళ్ళు ఎటువంటి యోగా ఆసనాలు చేయాలన్నది ఇదివరకు నేను ఎప్పుడు వినలేదన్నమాట. కాబట్టి అలాంటి ప్రత్యేకత పెద్దవాళ్ళకి గూడా ఏమన్నా చెప్తారేమో అనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఆయన్ని ఇవాళ ఆహ్వానించాం. మనం ఆయన చెప్పేది విని మీరు గూడా ప్రశ్నలు అడిగి ఆ విషయాలు ఏమైనా నేర్చుకునేవి మనం నేర్చుకోదగినవి ఉంటే మనం అడిగి నేర్చుకుందామండి. మీరు చెప్పండి. నమస్తే.
మన పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ లో ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి బిఫోర్ మన పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ లో విద్యాసాగర్ గారు ఆస్ట్రేలియా నుంచి క్రమం తప్పకుండా ప్రతి మీటింగ్ కి వస్తున్నారు. విద్యాసాగర్ గారు ఇదిగో ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారు. ప్లీజ్ విద్యాసాగర్ గారు. ఎంత అండి విద్యాసాగర్ గారు మీకు టైం ఇప్పుడు?
ఏమండి
మీకు ఇప్పుడు ఎంత టైము?
4:30
ఈవినింగ్.
yes.
So good, at least we are not kept you awake in midnight or other. And ఇంకా బికాస్ ఆఫ్ డాక్టర్ రావు గారు డాక్టర్లు ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ, ఉషా బాల గారు ఉన్నారు, ప్రదీప్ అని డాక్టర్ కనిపిస్తున్నారు, ఈయన ఇంకా చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు. మీరు ఎనివే రమణ గారు నేను మాట్లాడడం కంటే మీరు మాట్లాడి మీరు మాకు కొన్ని చూపెడితే అందరికి సంతోషంగా. ప్లీజ్ సార్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అండి. పెద్దలందరికీ నమస్కారం. సో I was requested to speak in English for the comfort of most of the participants. Please let me clarify, my mother tongue is not English. I am very much comfortable in Telugu, but I can manage to speak in English as well. But if any if I flumble or if I search for the words, and as an elders, kindly understand and excuse me. Fine. And thank you so much for the opportunity given. Can I, for the convenience of the smooth going, can I mute everyone? And if as and when there is a necessity, definitely I will request them to unmute themselves and talk. So
while you speak, no?
Yes, sir. Fine. So I'm not unmuting everyone. So I'm very, very thankful for all the respected elders who are present here, including Dr. P.V. Rao sir. I have been watching Dr. P.V. Rao sir's videos on YouTube, and I have learned many things from his videos. And Dr. P. Usha Bala madam, and I'm really honored to give as at least an opportunity to speak in front of her. Actually, I attended a lot of learning sessions by Dr. P. Usha Bala madam garu, and I'm really thankful to all of the elders. And before starting the real yoga demonstration, I did not ask anybody to prepare with a mat and come with a yoga dress and stop eating for 1 hour before the yoga. I have not given any kind of this thing, because during the midday it is not a favorable time to practice yoga. So you all the seniors, kindly just relax and watch my presentation today. What I am going to talk about yoga for the senior citizens. And after this session, I am also going to share one video and one PDF file, a small PDF file I prepared exclusively for you people. I will share with Dr. P.V. Rao sir, and I think definitely he will circulate to you, and use that PDF and use that particular video. That video is not made by me. I also downloaded from the YouTube. It is a copyrighted free version. It is a freely available. And for the convenience of you, and instead of sharing a link, I am directly giving the video in WhatsApp. You please go through that. So I will be beginning my demonstration with a small presentation. It may take 5 to 6 minutes hardly. After that, I will demonstrate few asanas. And as many people say, there is a proverb: necessity is the invention, mother of all inventions. So you people are living very healthy with diabetes. So that itself, it is a great learning. And people like me who are non-diabetic and we don't have the experience of how diabetic actually internally feels. We only read and learn. So through your experience is a great. So through your experience, you Dr. P.V. Rao sir and Usha Bala madam, like kind of doctors, they take the feedback and give their answers time to time for the public. All their resources are available. Through their resources and their experiences and reports, we learn this thing. And without talking much, I'm just starting my screen sharing. Please give your feedback whether my screen is visible to everyone or not. And this is the screen. Dr. P.V. Rao sir,
Yes,
show your thumbs up that you can watch this screen, sir.
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, and I will, what I learned from my guru, that I will mix some fun and have a very good interactive session rather than a boring presentation kind of thing. So see this picture. Certainly she is not from India, but her age is 105 years. She is still practicing yoga and teaching to many students across the globe. And so she always, wear a beautiful smile on her face, and she enjoys her life like anything. And so to spread the positivity, I started my presentation with a photograph. So the quotation is, age is just a number. Yeah, somebody is raising the hand. Sir, if you have any query, and I think after 30-40 minutes, I request to have an interaction. Before that, let us proceed, sir. Pullaya, sir. Okay, sir? Okay. And Tirumalai Krishnamacharya, sir, the father of modern yoga, led a healthy life of 101 years through yoga. He not just practiced the yoga, and he promoted and made many disciples across the continents, and the most reputed teachers like Dr. B.K. Iyengar, the Padma Vibhushan B.K. Iyengar, and Sri Pattabi Joyce, all are his disciples. And his disciple, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. B.K. Iyengar, lived for 95 years through his yoga practice. And his next disciple, Dr. K. Pattabi Joyce, the founder of Ashtanga Yoga, Mysore, he lived 93 years, very, very healthy way, practicing yoga. And he's a living classic example, Mr. Dharmamitra. He is from Brazil, and he liked the Indian way of practicing the spiritual practice, and he became a yogi, and he shifted from Brazil to New York City, and still he is practicing, and he is a living example for the people who are aged, but still you can see the flexibility and his body composition, and he's a great inspiration for many yogis, including me. And I'm one of his silent follower. I follow him, Mr. Dharmamitra, Sri Dharmamitra, respects to him. And coming to me, before going to the session, let me give me a small introduction about me, because one should have faith on the yoga preceptor who is talking today. I am a certified yoga teacher, not at all a doctor and not at all a qualified person. I am a certified yoga teacher and who received the diploma in yoga, and I practiced and experienced the benefit of yoga personally, and I got a very good transformation. Not only me practicing the yoga, and I founded the Ramana School of Yoga. That is Ramana is my name, and Ramana School of Yoga, and we aim to give the better positive vibrations across the globe through yoga. And she is my younger daughter. She is 12 years old now. She has been practicing yoga under my guidance. And for your information, she is type 1. She is living with the type 1 diabetes. And never ever she regret for her life that having diabetes in her life. She understands what is the reason for diabetes. There is no family history. There is no unhealthy eating habits. There is no what not working and living with and eating junk food. There is nothing. All these myths are spread across the globe, across the media. You get diabetes because you eat sweets. You get diabetes because you are unhealthy and you are not doing exercise. Nothing. A type 1 or type 2 diabetes can happen to any person anytime, and there is no specific reason. And the senior doctors are giving the messages that understand the facts why people get a type 1 or type 2 diabetes. And she is my elder daughter. She is absolutely fine, no diabetes at all, and she is also practicing yoga along with me every single day. And she is my better half. She got the autoimmune attack in 2015. She is a rheumatoid arthritis patient, severe rheumatoid arthritis patient. And her rheumatoid factor reached up to 300. The normal level is less than 14. And you can imagine how much pain she is getting. And her ESR levels reached more than 80. Lot of infection throughout the body. And most of the times I carried her on the wheelchairs to KIMS Hospital to show it to KIMS Hospital doctors and various rheumatologists in the city. And she has used all the medicines very, very religiously, diligently prescribed by the doctors, and she practiced everything. But believe me, friends, I am not exaggerating. She did not get any kind of relief of the pain, and she suffered a lot, and she accumulated weight day by day because of the steroids, whatever she has taken, and she reached the weight up to 75 kilos. You can see the left side photo. And slowly through the yoga and understanding what is the facts of nutrition, why the autoimmune will happen to the parent, to the people, she understood what is the importance of food, importance of relaxation, that is quality sleep, and drinking good amount of water, eating healthy food, eating low carb food, eating good protein, quality protein, and protein is not just eating non-vegetarian. So all that she implemented very, very religiously and practiced, even despite of her health condition and non-mobility, no flexibility. She practiced yoga and she achieved a smile on her face, and she is now at least 80% of pain-free and living very, very healthy. I'm not talking about any person outside the globe. She is living along with me. She is my better half, and I say kudos to her, dedication and practicing the yoga very, very religiously. This is a success story within my home. So me and my children and my wife. So I am spreading the same kind of positive vibration, same message what we experienced through yoga, and we are just sharing with you all. I request everybody to have faith and practice yoga and incorporate yoga in your lifestyles. Now, let us understand. I will read out. What is yoga? What is yoga? Everybody knows it. You are all, associated with the Self-Care Diabetes Foundation from many years, almost nearly equivalent to my age. You are associated with the foundation. So I am very, very small, but still, as a protocol, as a yoga teacher, I am just giving you an introduction. What is yoga? Yoga is an immortal cultural outcome that originated from our great country, that is India, during the Indus Saraswati Valley civilization, dating back to 2700 BC. It serves both material and spiritual upliftment of humanity. It is a discipline based on extremely subtle science, which should be experienced through the practice, which focuses on being harmony between mind and body. It is the art and science of well-being. The aim of yoga is mainly living the freedom in all walks of life. Health and harmony are the main objective of yoga practice. So one should not aim that I will, get reversal of my diabetes through yoga. I will reduce my overweight through yoga. So do not keep an aim to become a yoga. The aim of yoga should be get a freedom in all walks of life, health and harmony, the objective of yoga practice. And it is a very, very controversial question. Nowadays, very, very influential yoga gurus on YouTube and social media showing how a type 1 diabetes person can, reverse her diabetes. And they are showing a lot of influential videos and testimonials. But through my personal experience, what I interacted within my limited knowledge, diabetes can be cured through yoga practice or not. My answer is no. Diabetes cannot be cured through yoga. But this answer cannot be given as a generic. Kindly go through this slide. For type 2 diabetes, who are at the age below 40, or even precisely at below 35, initial or pre-diabetes, what we call, yoga may help, provided there be a focused work to improve their insulin sensitivity with exercise and dietary modifications. So some of them can be in a remission period for some time or can be cured. But what is the percentage? That the universe should give the answer, not me. And a point blank statement, yoga cannot cure type 1 diabetes. For type 1 diabetes, insulin therapy and low carb and high protein food eating is the only solution to get a very good long health and to get very good HbA1c levels. Then what is the benefits of practicing yoga? The benefits of yoga, practicing yoga, which include a huge list. I have made a precise list and I am reading out. Yoga transforms you into a happy and positive person, improves the immune system of the body, lays a foundation for a healthy lifestyle, develops stamina, strength, and flexibility, which is very, very essential to practice yoga, increases confidence and self-esteem, which is very, very essential, because when you don't have the self-esteem and confidence, you cannot face the challenges, establishes balances between body and mind, which is very essential to do certain asanas, helps improves respiratory function in the body. It is very essential to practice your breath control, that is like pranayama, prevents osteoporosis, regulates blood flow, helps regulate adrenal functions, increases your ability to focus, improves your motor functions, helps you cope up with the drug recovery, because as an elderly person, while taking the everyday drugs for the good management of diabetes, to cope up with your good management, yoga helps regulate blood sugar levels in the body and helps you to get very good HbA1c levels, mitigates the chances of relapse and helps the body improves its digestive function. Because many people nowadays were watching and they are getting in the COVID first phase, they got the COVID, they have taken the treatment and they got negative reports, and at a later phase, a certain percentage of people, again, they are getting the COVID positive in the second wave. So yoga may help in, getting chances of relapse, so mitigates the chances of relapse and improves the sex drive, helps muscle relaxation, prevents bone and cartilage from getting damaged easily. Thus, it helps in pain relief. So it is a great big list, and the list is endless. There, many teachers will tell many benefits of yoga. And so, what is the preparation for people living with diabetes before the practicing of yoga? It is not necessary, because you are already living with diabetes with many years. But still, as a caution, as a teacher, I am telling you, there are 3 points. You have to keep the below 3 parameters in handy. That is, 1 in glucose powder. We always suggest not to take high sugary liquids like fruit juice, or drinking Limca, drinking Sprite, this kind of carbonated water to cover your hypos. We suggest to cover your hypo always with glucose powder. What is the amount? What is your HbA1c level? What is your body weight? And at what quantity of the glucose powder you will instantly get into the normal glucose level. So that amount is very, very advisable if you manage your hyperglycemia with glucose powder. This is our first suggestion. So keep your glucose powder handy, because certain people, when they are practicing longer hours of yoga practice, there may be a chance of getting hypoglycemia. So keep your glucose powder, rather than searching the glucose powder or taking a chocolate or sugar, white sugar from your kitchen. And always keep your food handy. Preferably, I suggest, this is my personal experience, I suggest low GI fruits. Low GI foods means such as the guava and watermelon pieces, not a huge quantity, watermelon pieces, and apple, a small portion of apple. Like low GI fruits can help you to give certain amount of energy to practice yoga. And the food, what we suggest is low carb, high protein food, thin buttermilk, very, very thin buttermilk, preferably without adding salt, and boiled peanuts. These are the foods which these inputs I have taken from the videos, whatever I have observed from Dr. P.V. Rao sir and other senior doctors' videos. And we have experienced that many people have benefited from this. So I am sharing you very confidently. And always keep your glucometer handy when you are practicing. Most of the senior citizens, through their personal experiences, developed a habit of checking their glucose levels at 10 days, 14 days randomly, whenever they got hyper and hypo symptoms only. But as a yoga guru and a diabetes educator from NSDC, what I suggest is frequently, as much as possible, frequently check your fasting and PP sugars as much as possible. Don't rely on your 14 days before. Yeah, my fasting is always 83, 85, 90. I am really good and I don't have any symptoms. Like that, don't be under the influence of your 14 days, 15 days, because as you are very, very aware that sugar levels fluctuate day in and day out. Even that will your emotional content and your mood swings. And for the female, young females, even the menstrual cycles will change the glucose and create a lot of fluctuations in the sugar levels. So it is advised to keep your glucometer handy and keep checking your sugar level despite you are having very good HbA1c levels. Frequently asked questions. Many people ask, what is the ideal time to practice yoga? As a protocol, I am telling, many of you know that the best time to practice yoga is first thing in the morning before breakfast, upon waking up, and empty the bowls, shower if you wish, then commence the day with your regime of yoga practice. The second most conductive time is early evening around sunset. And what is the ideal place to practice yoga? Obviously, it is home, considering the pandemic. and otherwise your terrace and public places are very good places, and because there is a sufficient amount of air. But right now, at least for next 10 months, your home is the best place to practice yoga, considering your safety. And can I do yoga if I eat non-vegetarian? Many people ask this question. Yoga is not a religious practice. It is just a deeper understanding of your mind and body. Yoga is not just a religious practice, and it is, I suggest, eat whatever you at your comfort. There is no problem at all. So this slide, so let us understand the yoga practice. Let's unroll the mats and say Om. I'm just stopping the screen share. Thank you so much for following my slide. And as of now, if you have any questions, just for 2 to 3 minutes, I can answer before going to this thing. Otherwise, end of the session also, you can put some questions related to only yoga practice, not related to diabetes. Related to diabetes management, I leave those questions to Dr. Usha Bala Madam and PV Rao sir, but they are the experts. And related to yoga practice and what to do, what not to do, despite of having the condition of diabetes, those questions I will certainly try to answer. Okay, sir. As of now, I think presentation is good and it is clear. Thank you so much. And I think from all everybody, if Dr. P.V. Rao sir give the 1 minute feedback, that will boost my confidence level to address the next 30 minutes of session.
బాగుంది. అంటే మీరు మీ సొంత విషయాలు మీ ఏమేమి వ్యాధుల్లో మీరు తీసుకున్నటువంటి జాగ్రత్తలు కూడా చెప్పారు. చాలా సంతోషం. ఇప్పుడు ఇంగ్లీష్‌లో మాట్లాడాలా? తెలుగులో మాట్లాడాలా? అన్న విషయం ఎవరైనా చెప్తారా? అంటే తెలుగులో మాట్లాడించొచ్చా అండి ఎవరైనా? హలో.
మమత గారికి తెలుగు రాదండి.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
మమత దేర్ ఇస్ సో అందువల్ల
So I speak the same manner how I explained you, the same manner I will continue, sir. If my language is okay, I don't have any problem to continue.
మీ పాపను కూడా చూపిస్తారా మాకు?
షూర్. ఎవరండి? మా డయాబెటిస్ ఉన్న పాపను చూపించమంటారా?
ఉన్నారా ఇంట్లో?
ఉన్నారు సార్, ఇప్పుడే.
అంటే తర్వాత అప్పుడు కాదులేండి, అసలు ముందు.
తప్పకుండా చూపిస్తాను. సెషన్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత చూపిస్తాను. ఈలోగా పెద్ద పాప యాక్చువల్ గా వీక్ డేస్ తను సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ ఫౌండేషన్ కోర్స్ ఆన్లైన్ లో తీసుకుంటుంది. ఇంటర్మీడియట్ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ చదువుతుందండి. సో తన ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ ఉంది. చిన్న పాపను మాత్రం చూపిస్తాను. ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్, దెన్ ఐఎమ్ ప్రొసీడింగ్ అండ్ ఈ ప్రోటోకాల్ ఏమైతే ఇప్పుడు నేను మాట్లాడబోతున్నానో ఆ ప్రోటోకాల్ డీల్ ఉన్న దట్ ప్రోటోకాల్ as much as possible I have translated into a text message, and that text message also I will share you. So sir, what I learned from my gurus and how to incorporate a 30 minutes yoga protocol in our day-to-day life, I will be demonstrating. Maybe my demonstration, because I am giving you an explanation, it may take more than 30 minutes or 40 minutes also, or it may be less also. But while I have counted all the timings and the breath pattern and all, it will exactly take 25 to 27 minutes if you incorporate. And people who are already having the experience of yoga, they know how to do the Surya Namaskar, they know how to do the pranayama like Anulom Vilom or Bhastrika or Kapalbhati. It is most welcome. And in today's session, because of the time constraints, I am not covering the pranayama aspect. If given a chance in next session, maybe after 2 months or 3 months, one exclusive session I will take only on pranayama. This session I will be giving only the physical aspect of the body to move in a yogic way, because considering the present pandemic and since we are all locked in between our four walls, so the physical movement is not happening. So it is very, very essential to move our body first. Okay, sir. So I think everybody would be able to see me sitting here, sir. Okay. So before doing any pranayama, any yoga practice, the first session everybody has to do is a prayer, a small prayer. Because of a small prayer is what we recommend. Anyway, all though the young people do not practice the praying in the morning, but I understand the elders will always devote their time to give the prayer. So I will take your precious time. I request everybody to close your eyes and I will be doing a prayer for 1 minute. Kindly listen that prayer. And it is a universal prayer. No religion is involved in this prayer. Or I am not. 1 minute, sir. I think. Fine. I request everybody to close your eyes. Feeling the presence, feeling thy grace, feeling the radiance. You are my source of faith and strength. You are my path and destination, and I'm always connected to you. Nothing of me, everything of you. Lead me higher, lead me deeper, lead me beyond, lead me to you. Keep your eyes remain closed and maintain silence for next 1 minute. Very, very gently open your eyes with a good smile on your face. So, daily protocol lo మీరు యోగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసే టైంలో మీరు ఉదయం నిద్ర లేచినప్పుడు even though you have done you offered your morning prayer, before starting to your yoga protocol, I suggest you to offer a prayer to the universe. Whatever the prayer you offer every day, you offer the prayer. Later, you just sit 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. Sit silence. Sit in silence. Don't observe. Don't focus on your breath. Anything. Don't observe. Especially don't observe others. You observe yourself and you just sit in silence, so that you will give you a lot of peace, console, and self-confidence to face your conditions and whatever the situation you are. So sit in silence. Then start the basic practice that is called warm-up exercise. That is called Sukshma Yoga in yoga. So in Sukshma Yoga, warm-up, it is very difficult for the people who are above 70, and if they are not moving every day, and it is very difficult for the elder people to sit in this kind of well shape, or even people cannot sit in perfect Sukhasana. It is very difficult. So they have to understand their challenges and they have to push themselves to better before. So there are certain tools I recommend. These are called, yoga blocks. You can buy in Amazon. If you have any difficulty to sit on the mat with a complete Sukhasana, and you can take the help of these mats. If you don't have these blocks readily,
మీది మ్యూట్ అయిందండి. ఒక్కసారి అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తారా దగ్గరకు వచ్చి?
గురువారు ఆడియో రావట్లేదండి.
Yeah. I think now clear, sir.
వచ్చింది వచ్చింది.
Yes.
క్లియర్ నౌ.
So these are called yoga blocks, and these yoga blocks can be purchased online. And if you don't have the blocks ready-made, don't worry, and you can use your old books, big size books, and you can keep like this and you can practice. So that after some time, and initially you can keep it vertical actually. So you will get lot of stretch, and later you can do like this, later you can do this, and slowly after a few months of practice, still you get very good flexibility. Don't focus on your age and immovability. There is no problem, but still you can do. It is all a mind game that you can see. Okay, this is one I recommend for the elders, and this is called along with that, there is also a yoga belt. It will come, and so the people who cannot join their hands and they cannot stretch, and even you can use a small towel also in your home, or you can use your belt also, leather belt also, so that you can move your body with the help of this thing, because it is advised to use a yoga belt initially. So these two tools will help the senior people to start their this thing, and instead of saying excuses to themselves that no, I cannot. So this is what I suggest. And in while practicing the warm up exercise, sit in whatever the comfortable position you are, and let us start with our fingers first, the hand fingers first, to do some just puffs, and slowly keep your both the hands parallel to the ground, and do this movement like you just fold. Just 3 rounds. Slowly start very small rounds, 3 rounds, 1, and later you just extend your hands like this and do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So fingers and shoulders. Now do the small rotations. You can try slowly. It is suggested to touch your both the elbows while doing this exercise. If you are unable to touch, there is no problem. We have to challenge ourselves. We do not challenge with the others. Okay, slowly, whatever the extent you can do, one clockwise and one anti-clockwise rotation, and later you do this 1, 2, 3. So up to here we have covered. Now slowly you have to do the neck rotation. Be careful for the elder people. If there is a lot of fat in the this neck region and they are unable to move this thing, don't worry. Raise your shoulders. Initially raise your shoulders, and with the support of your raised shoulders, slowly take very gently take 1 round of clockwise direction and observe whether you can do it or not. And slowly anti-clockwise, only 1 round. Initially start with 1 round slowly. And if you are confident and your head is moving neatly, then increase the pace very slowly, very slowly, because it is a very delicate portion for the elder people, and anti-clockwise. That is okay. So you take, and if you are confident and you can do it, and slowly you can raise, you can down your shoulder, so that you can do a big kind of rotations also. But this should happen after few weeks, not immediately, if you are a beginner. This is neck. So neck rotation, and slowly now neck to the right side first, center, hold for a second, and then left. Don't do like this. You will get a lot of pain, and it will demotivate you to do the yoga further, and you will give up on the day one itself. So slowly look at right, come to center, wait a second, and slowly to the left. Come to the center, wait. Like this, you have to make your head movements. And now look up, same rule applies, center and down. When you are going down, try to touch your chin to your chest. If you are unable to do it, no problem. Whatever the best you can do, you can stretch. So this is head up and down. Now slowly tilt. It is little, you have to do it little carefully. Tilt to the right side first. While you are taking the right side, take the right side hand support and pull little bit, very, very gently pull little. Center. Keep your left hand here and pull it. Pull slowly. This is how we have to very, very gently and carefully we have to do the head exercise. This portion exercise is very, very essential for the elderly person. Not only elderly person, for every human being it is very essential because we don't get an opportunity to move this portion. Because why we don't have any opportunity to do this kind of rotations in a day. Well, only we will look straight. So this is very essential. That is over. So we have covered hands, shoulders, and the neck. Now the next portion is knees portion. Knees portion, the elderly people who got the osteoarthritis, don't do this. Don't do this. But the people who are little flexible and they can move and slowly do the knee rotations, at least minimum 3 rounds, clockwise, 3 rounds anti-clockwise. And now this portion, the hip portion, and do the clockwise, anti-clockwise. So up to here, we have covered our all these portions up to head to toe. We have covered as of now. Hands also we have covered, shoulder. This is called Sukshma Yoga. This is a warm-up exercise for the senior citizens. What I recommend. More than this is not required. But this is very, very essential. If you don't have 30 minutes, you are in travel, you are in meeting, you have some appointment. Don't give an excuse that you don't have time. You just do your prayer, maintain silence, do 10 minutes of warm-up exercise and proceed for your day. And wonderful exercise is to wear a smile on your face throughout the day. This is the best exercise actually. Okay, so that is enough. So now coming to, okay, warm up is over, prayer over, silence over, and later you just have to sit for 5 to 10 minutes and do the pranayama. Since I told you, because of the time constraints, we are not practicing pranayama. For every pranayama, there is a contra indications. For suppose, if I talk about the Brahmari pranayama, nowadays, lot of viral videos like Brahmari pranayama will release nitric oxide so that it will give you relief from corona and so people to get some likes and follow-ups and forward messages, people talk anything, but there is no scientific evidence that a Brahmari pranayama will give a relief in the COVID-19. Okay, so Brahmari pranayama will help. The benefits are different, but the people who are having ear pain, because elderly people, lot of people is having some ear infection, so they cannot do the Brahmari pranayama. So there is every pranayama there is a contraindication, but only for Anuloma Viloma pranayama there is no contraindication, there is no age restriction, there is no time restriction. So I suggest everybody to practice Anuloma Viloma. Every teacher, they talk the process of doing Anuloma Viloma in a different manner, but the benefits of Anuloma Viloma is the same for what kind of Anuloma Viloma you do it. After this, in my text PDF file, what I am sharing you, there is a process of practicing Anuloma Viloma. I will also practice along with you in the next session whenever it is possible. Right now, we are not practicing pranayama. So after 10 minutes of warm-up exercise, prayer, silence, you will do the pranayama. After pranayama, the real yoga practice will start. Now you have to think whether you can go to the next level or not. I am sure by seeing all your faces and confidence level and you are smiling, everybody can do it. There is no excuse at all. There is no limitation. Now, in the yoga practice, there is no need to remember the asana names because it will become a very, very lengthy topic. But as a teacher, I will tell the asana names and I will tell you how to practice. The number one asana, when you are standing on the mat after warm up and pranayama, the number one, the first asana has to, whenever you are standing in samasthiti, in standing firm, it is called as Tadasana. In Tadasana, if you can stand slowly on your toes, like this, and slowly, if you can raise your hands to the up, interlock both the palms, and you can pull your body up, stretch, and you can stand at least for 5 seconds. It is called perfect Tadasana, and entire body will stretch, and this itself give you an excellent result. Do it and stop. So 11th minute is over. 11th minute yoga practice is over. Okay. I wanted to move forward. After 11 minutes also I have energy, I can do better. Okay, let's do. So after 11 minutes, what you have to do is Kati Chakrasana. Stand at your shoulder length and bring your right hand to the shoulder. Bring your left hand to your, this place, and slowly, whatever the hand you are touching to your shoulder, and look at the same direction without moving your legs. Keep legs firmly and watch to the back and stay there. And it is not like that doing like this. This will not give you any kind of result, but it will make you very, very tired in a very within no time, and it will demotivate you to do the practice for the next day, because you will suffer with lot of body pain on the day one itself. So slowly you stay there, enjoy the good stretch in your spinal cord. So spinal cord and our mind both are very, very essential to get a self massage, that is called yoga mardana, anga mardana. So your CNS system, central nervous system, will be activated and you will feel better. 1, 2, 3. Come slowly and stand. Always be calm and composed while practicing yoga. Don't rush. If you rush, you will spoil. So after coming here, then break the pose and shift your hands. Look at that. Come center, break the pose, look at that, and every time you stay there. Staying there for 3 to 4 seconds or 5 seconds, it is yoga. If you are making only movement, this is just exercise. I'm telling you, this is the only difference. Whenever in any posture you are staying for 3 to 4 seconds, 5 seconds, it will give you the yoga siddhi. If you are just moving your body like jumps and all, and it is only exercise, it will only make you sweat, but it will not give you any kind of good mind and body coordination. Okay, so Kati Chakra 1 is over. Kati Chakra 2. Okay, now you have covered 14 minutes of daily routine. Still you have energy. What to do? The next is you keep your both the hands straight parallel to the parallel to the ground, and see your thumbs and stretch your, keep your both the hands stretched fully, and look, and first any time we are doing the left side and right side, always start with the right side and move to the right side to the extent possible, and don't shift the distance between both the hands. You can keep at your body capacity, whether this portion, and move slowly to the back side, and look at your, whatever the side you are moving, look at your thumb finger and stay there. Stay there. 1, 2, 3. Come slowly center. Rule is same for any asana. Come to the center, balance and move slowly. 1, 2, 3. Come to the center and shift. At least try 3 rounds. Okay. This is also over. So we have covered up to 15 to 16 minutes with the Kati Chakra 1 and 2. Now the people who are having very thin bodies and they are flexible, I suggest to practice Trikonasana for them. And people who are having a round shaped bodies and a lot of big tummies, and their thighs are completely with fat at this point of time, I don't suggest this asana. And this is called Trikonasana. Trikonasana is very, very classic Hatha Yoga practice that you can do, and you will get wonderful flexibility in your body, spine, as well as in your hip region. So stand firm on the mat with the 3 feet legs apart to the shoulder line, and keep both the hands parallel to the ground. Let us start with only right side first, because whenever we are starting, we have to start with the right hand first. So right side. So what I am doing is step number 1. This is the step number 1 is standing like this. Step number 2. Step number 3. Move your right hand towards your mat. Right leg towards your mat, and move your left leg 40 degrees towards your body. Keep your hand and tilt a bit, and slowly, without losing the balance, slowly move to the right side. And there is no target. There is no need to touch the mat or thumb finger or anything. Even it is a knee length, it is okay. If the cuff muscle, it is okay. Ankle okay. Something is okay. And without bending the legs, you have to look up and see your arm. This is Trikona 1. So our all the drill and exercises like this and this all evaluated from this Trikonasana only. Okay, as of now. So let us practice Trikonasana now. Trikonasana, come to center, maintain good balance, and remember, if you get a good balance, keep both the hands firm on your waist space so that you will get good balance. Okay, slowly raise your hands. Move to right side and turn your left leg towards your back. Turn your right leg towards your body and slowly come to this position. This is Trikonasana. Variation 1. There are many Trikonasana, Parivrutta Trikonasana. It is a huge subject actually. As long as you are moving in the journey of yoga, you will understand. So up to here, starting prayer, pranayama, silence, and Gati Chakra 1 and 2 and Trikona, if you incorporate this practice, 20 minutes is over. Okay? Now, the most essential part is Surya Namaskars. Surya Namaskar, you have to learn. If anybody is already knowing how to do it, they did it in the earlier and they forgot, it is okay. And trust me, this is like a lesson planning. The same lesson planning, every teacher tells in their own way. Everything is good. In every yoga school, they teach in a different style. Whatever the 12 steps of Surya Namaskar, what I am discussing today, it is called 12 steps Hatha Yoga Surya Namaskar, which is there in the book what I learned from my gurus. And if you watch in videos, you will see 10 steps Surya Namaskar, that is activated version, 18 steps Ashtanga Surya Namaskara, 24. There is no end. People, teachers will always put some creativity and teach to their students. Everything is right. The objective is to get a good flexibility and good health. That is the main objective. And what I teach here is a 12 steps Hatha Yoga Surya Namaskar, that is 12 steps. Remember, whenever you see the video, even YouTube also you will find, and I will also send it to a YouTube link for this demonstration, which you can follow. Remember only one thing. It will start with the Namaskar, Pranamasan. Pranam means Namaskara. Pranamasan, it will end with one is Namaskara, ending also Namaskara. That is 2. And only one Parvatasana, in between only one V shape will come. So this is how you can match your practice with any other random videos if you are coming. If anybody is saying no, this is wrong, and this should be, there should be some session, there should be some what we call Sashtanga Namaskar and all. Everything is right, but here what we discuss is at 12 steps. I will demonstrate this 12 steps, and it will take some time for anybody to learn without any confusion. Later, after watching the video, you can follow step by step, and believe me, it will give you definite very good help. And there will be certain challenges, and you have to do the compromise as per your body flexibility, not as per my body flexibility. Okay? There is no end for perfection also. 1, 2, arch back, Urdhva Hastasana. 3, Pada Hastasana. 4, Ashwashanchalanasan, right leg back. 5, Chaturanga Dandasana, plank position. Ashtangas will be touch your body, your mat, Ashtang, then Bhuja, then coming to Parvata. Again, bringing you started with your right leg back and you are bringing the same right leg front. Again, Ashwashanchalanasan, tucking the toe, Pada Hastasana, Urdhva Hastasana. Namaste. Started with Namaskara, ended with Namaskara. This is the step number 12. And the same thing we will do in the left hand, left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is sequence you have to master. This is called Surya Namaskara, sun salutations. Everywhere, when you start the name yoga means, it will start with Surya Namaskar. And it is a wonderful practice. Our sages has gifted this practice. It will give you immense results, starting from your body flexibility, your spine flexibility, neck flexibility, hands, elbows, thigh bones, cuff bones, everything is incorporated. Our yogis has designed this 8 steps. Actually, there are 8 steps. There is a repetition. 8 steps will kept into 12 steps, and with the right leg 12 steps, left leg 12 steps, put together 24 steps is equal to 1 round. This kind of 3 rounds we have to practice. First, you learn and master 1 round slowly, and now I am talking about the health and the compromise. Here, step by step, I will tell you what you can do. This is the Namaskara Mudra, anybody can do it, there is no problem. In this arch back position, there is no need for you to arch back up to here. There is no problem. Even you can keep your both the hands stretched towards up. That is enough. You will get a good stretch, but stay there at least for 3 seconds in a good position. 1, 2, 3, and while bending this forward bend, it is not so easy for the people. Even I cannot touch my body to the full. My girl can touch, but here what you have to do is take the support of your knees or elbows or ankle up to here, wherever it is possible. You take the support of your body and stay there for 2 to 3 seconds. But don't keep like this. It is not a good posture. It will not give you any good result. And you have to see as much as possible to your inside your body. That is the objective. After this Ashwashancharanasana will come. The objective of this asana is this knee should touch your heart, so that your heart will get very good massage. Very good massage. This is the objective. But how you keep your right hand like up to here or up to here, it is no problem. There is no chance. I can do like this. You try to keep your foot parallel to the mat, but your knee should create some pressure on your heart. And look up, eyes open. Don't close and don't watch like this. Okay, this will give you. Next, coming to the plank. Many people cannot do plank, I know that. No problem. If you are unable to do the plank, remove that step from this 12 steps. Remove that step, no problem. And remove that step and you do directly. This is called Ashtangasana. Ashtanga, in Ashtanga, Ashta-anga, 8 angas are touching your body. Your 2 toes, 2 knees, chest, chin, both the hands, 8. If you are unable to do it, because this is a very typical position, it will give you very good result. Unable to do it, just relax on the mat, like in our Vaishnava temples, how we do. You do some Ashtanga and stay there, no problem. Okay, and now coming to next is Bhujanga, then it's Cobra pose. This is also not so easy for everyone. Take the support of your legs, hands, and see how much you can raise. You can raise up to your belly, that is very good. Otherwise, okay. Whatever. And while taking the support of this Parvatasana, it is also, if you, the main objective is to see the belly or knees, but you are unable to do it, no problem. But don't look front. It will spoil your, it will damage your muscles. Okay? Try to look inside your body in this Parvatasana. Okay? Again, coming to the front, if you are unable to move this body like this, no problem. Slowly bring your leg like this, and wherever you are coming, up to here, do this asana, no problem. So you have to make the compromises as per your body flexibility and your own capacity. Wherever you are getting a good stretch and you yourself experiencing that, yes, here I am getting a good stretch and I am enjoying the posture, that itself a perfect point for you. So these are the Surya Namaskars. So we learned warm-up exercise, standing exercise, and we learned Trikonasana. If it is possible, I suggest start with only with the Kati Chakra, then later incorporate your Surya Namaskars. In any yoga practice of 30 or 40, there is a thumb rule to do the practice of standing, sitting, prone, supine. నిలబడ్డవి, కూర్చున్నవి, ఎల్లకిల్లా పడుకున్నవి, బోర్లా పడుకున్నవి, ఎల్లకిల్లా పడుకున్నవి. ఈ 4 కూడా మనకి కంపల్సరీ కావాలి. 4 is compulsory. So what we have to do is, now in the prone position, I'm telling you the prone position, you just do it. The hands under your thigh and keep both the legs firm on the mat and try to touch your chin to the mat and slowly try to raise your leg up, whatever the extent. This is called Ardha Shalabhasana. If it is possible, raise both the legs. This is Ardha Shalabhasana. Then from here you can do Bhujangasana. From you can do the Dhanurasana. Like that, you have to identify yourself what are the pronasanas you can do. And later, this is supine position. Lay down on the mat in supine position and keep your both the legs up to 90 degrees. This is not so easy for many people. It is especially to get a fit and remove the belly fat and keep your legs up to here. Hold the breath slowly down. Okay. Up, down. There are many variations. You can do the Naukasana and all. This will come after the practice. But senior people who just started their journey, they cannot do it. But they can start with some Supinasanas. Okay. So this is the protocol I suggest. So basic concept is to move our body, then standing, sitting, and there are list of asanas. If you Google what are the best asanas good for diabetes, immediately the Google will show you that Ardha Vakrasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana. But okay, how to reach to Ardha Vakrasana? Ardha Vakrasana is not a beginner sport. So to reach there, to read a good book, you must understand what is ABCD, what is the small words, capital words, what is punctuation, what is the sentences. Then only you can understand. Okay, Ardha Vakrasana, if the people cannot sit in Dandasana perfectly in L shape, they cannot do the Ardha Vakrasana. So there itself the matter ends. So people will think that, okay, for diabetes actually Ardha Vakrasana is required. Since I cannot sit in perfect L shape, I cannot do, so I am not fit for yoga. So that they will give up. So this is not the way one should practice. So to make your body fit for the yoga, you have to do the initial practice what I have suggested, so that you will understand. In a later phase, you will understand that there is an improvement in your flexibility, and you can now do the Ardha Vakra, Ardha Vatsendra, and then later you do the Shirshasana also. Who will stop you? No one. No one can stop you. Okay. So Ardha Vakra, okay, fine. The people who are ready to do the Ardha Vakrasana right itself, it is a very good exercise. It will create a lot of pressure in your digestive system and also to your endocrine system. So sit in Dandasana. Anytime when we are starting, we always start with the right leg. So for your benefit, I am showing like this. Fine. Yes. So right leg. So start with right leg. Bring up to your knee level and hold and hug your right hand, right leg firmly, and so that it will create some pressure here. And slowly raise your hands, keep your hand, hold here, keep your hand towards your mat and bring your another hand up to here and create and push your right leg towards your body. Okay, and look, yeah. This is Ardha Vakrasana. So to reach this flexibility, even I am not so much flexible to do this asana because in my goal chart actually this asana is not there. So I did not reach it, but I am practicing that. For the people who are living with diabetes, they should practice this asana to the right side 20 seconds and left side 20 seconds. Believe me, it will give you. And earlier when I am watching, I think I remember Vishabala madam's presentation. One presentation, madam has shown me some description about certain yoga postures after practicing for certain time and what is the benefit. And before that, what is the HB1AC, HbA1c, and later that. So always Ardha Matsyendra and Ardha Vakra will always come into the picture when we are talking about yoga and diabetes. So this practice you have to do, but to reach this position, you have to do the basic practices of standing and sitting and Surya Namaskar. I think as per the agenda, whatever the best possible, I have covered everything. Now I request everyone, anyone would like to ask any questions. If time permits, I will answer. Otherwise, we can end up the section, and I will request Dr. P.V. Rao sir to talk now.
Sir, yeah, I wanted to ask you, I was doing this yoga for 8-9 years I did.
Sir.
Except Surya Namaskar, I was doing mostly. But after that, I had a problem with knee. So I have knee locking problem and like arthritis. So my getting a stiff knee. So now I am doing in a standing position and many asanas on the bed itself. So can you suggest me something for knee swelling, or it's not swelling, stiffness, and my knee gets locked sometimes. So can you suggest something for that?
Madam, you know, as a condition of knee locking, okay, what is the inflammation at the knee, and because of which particular medical condition actually the knee swelling is happening, whether you have so that is a medical aspect actually. But from one moment to one moment, how to reach and what is the practice to be done as a yoga practitioner, I can tell you. But when why the knees are locked during a interactive section over Zoom, I think it is a little difficult for me.
Okay. Oh, no problem. But only thing was, doctor told me not to sit down. So I'm doing on the bed and standing and on the chair itself.
I understand. Because I am sorry, because doctors always suggest for your comfort. Because if you challenge yourself, mind is different, body is different.
Correct.
You may think that I can jump from
no.
But your physical condition may not accept
allow me to do.
Okay?
Yes.
Always it is advised. The doctor might have seen your condition, so definitely he might have suggested not to take the sitting posture. But how to reach? So you have to do some physiotherapy or some practices. As I told you, the people who are unable to sit fully, what they have to do is they have to initially, I will tell you, in my yoga practice, all my students who are came for the weight loss program, I will make them to sit in this kind of wall sit up for a longer period. For the beginner, they cannot sit like this. And the rule number one is you have to sit in perfect L shape and you have to look straight and both the arms should be to the wall. They cannot sit. So on the day one, what I will do is I will ask them to sit like this. Okay, slowly. Like that, when you don't have a fracture and there is no major surgery was happened to your body, so the moving and stretching and getting good flexibility is your objective, then you have to move little slowly, day by day, day by day. That means you should start sitting in a, as of now you are sitting in a big table. That is, this
Yeah.
table is very comfortable. You have to replace a small table up to this level, and you have to sit in that table so that your legs will fold a little bit better than the earlier. You practice sitting in that particular chair for some time, some days, few weeks, and later you further decrease the chair. You get a chair of this height,
Okay.
and start sitting in this chair for some time. Later you remove one block and sit like
Okay.
this. Like that, it will take few months, not immediately not in a single practice, and later remove everything and sit like this. And keep, as I told you, keep like this, and push yourself slowly. Doctors are afraid because on the day one itself, if you try to sit on the wall, sit on the floor directly from your current position, you may damage your limbs. That is why doctors will not tell you. And doctors are very busy. They don't have a very good time to give a personal attention because of the pressure from the other patients. Okay.
Okay.
I think I have covered. I have covered.
Yes. A question.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your excellent presentation. And I wanted to know, you have described Ardha Matsyendrasana as the best for diabetes. Now, how long should be the duration and how many times we should do every day to get the maximum benefit for the diabetics from Ardha Matsyendrasana?
Sir, as I learned from my Guru Garu, in his one single side, 20 seconds in perfect posture, 3 rounds right side, 3 rounds left side is more than sufficient. You have to keep this practice very regularly so that your endocrine system will work better than the earlier. That is a very, very classic evidence is there. 20 seconds each leg, 3 rounds each leg.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sagar.
Hello, Guruji. My first question is, what is the difference between exercise and asana?
Exercise and asana. See, sir, if we wanted to talk the benefits of asanas, we have to talk the philosophy of yoga. That means whatever it was discussed in the Yoga Sutras written by the Patanjali Maharshi. That means we have to start talking about yama, nayama, asana, pratyahara, samadhi, dhyana, dharana, everything. Then only the benefit of yoga. So asana is only just a part of 8 limbs. Okay, you will get that answer. Exercise is also, because if you see the modern, why we call Tirumalai Krishnamacharya is the modern yoga guru, because he is the first person introduced a new terminology that yoga is an exercise to the world. That is how yoga started popularizing, and now entire world is practicing yoga. Otherwise, earlier yoga used to be as a only religious practice, only for the Hindus. The Surya Namaskara means only standing towards the east and praying to the Surya Bhagavan. This used to be concept before Krishnamacharyas are come into the picture. Earlier it used to be like that. Now yoga is an exercise because people want a sweat, people want a transformation. That transformation, what people are looking is the whatever I have shown in the picture. A picture will give you a wonderful wow, eye drop and jaw dropping and eye catching, the picture. But what you enjoy the transformation within yourself, that with the practice of yoga only you will understand. No one can tell you this is the benefit. But what is the benefit of exercise? Okay, burning the calories, getting good body composition, and is the example for exercise. The objective of exercise is to burn the calories and good flexibility. But yoga benefits are not like that. Yoga benefits are mind and body coordination, and you are doing the travel within you, not to the outside. This is my answer. I may be wrong or right, because I am not teaching yoga as a philosophy. I am teaching for the, I am also into I wanted to make the people come out of their comfort zones and move their bodies and get some sweat and at least get the preliminary results, whatever it is there through yoga. You get a good HbA1c level. If your HbA1c level is today 7.2 or 7.1, get 6.5, 6.2. That itself is the benefit of yoga for you. And rest is up to you that how you will perceive the yoga into your philosophy.
So one more question.
Sure.
When to inhale, when to exhale, when to hold in general, because I could not follow when you are saying.
No, I did not incorporate it. The video, what I am saying, see sir, in Surya Namaskara, every step there is an inhalation, every step there is an exhalation. At what time you have to take a normal breath, every step is explained in the video which I am sharing, which I freely downloaded from the YouTube for your benefit. I have not incorporated because if I start explaining you from the breathing pattern itself, it will become a very, very lengthy explanation, and incorporation of those exercises into your body as a beginner, you will confuse and you cannot practice. That is why in the initial, what we talk is, like if you see in earlier when we are learning our teachers used to give the slate directly and they used to write and we used to rub on them like that, and that is how we used to write Now you go, you see and go to any kind of a play school, they will start with standing line, right standing line, right sleeping line, right ascending line, like that. So what they will do is keep right standing line, keep left standing line, give a sleeping line. This is how we have. First you understand, you make your body comfortable, then incorporate the breathing practice, practicing your practice. If you start practicing breathing and body movement at a time, you cannot learn the process for lifetime. This is why I have not incorporated. But in the video, I have explained you. You kindly watch that video, you will understand, sir. This is the answer for your question.
So one last question.
Sir.
In Sydney, where I am now, there is one Isha Foundation offering yoga training.
Yes.
I could not follow. What is Isha? What is yoga? All those things.
Isha Foundation is every there, starting from my Kutubullah Fort to even Kuwait, every there is there. And Isha Foundation is promoting yoga. And if you have time, I think PV Rao sir, if you for SAR's question, I will play some video if we have time. Otherwise, I can share the video later.
కృష్ణారావు గారు కృష్ణారావు గారు చెప్తారు టైం గురించి. కృష్ణారావు గారు లైన్లో ఉంటాయి.
ఇప్పుడు 12:19 అయిందండి. మరి మనం అదే దగ్గర 1:20 అయినట్టు.
సో నేను మీకు పంపిస్తాను సార్.
మీకు ఎంతసేపు పడుతుంది చెప్పు.
No, I think ఆయన అడిగిన ప్రశ్న నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా ఆన్సర్ ఇచ్చేస్తాను. అయితే యూట్యూబ్ వితిన్ 1 minute లో ఇచ్చేస్తాను ఆన్సర్. మీరు ఒకసారి ఐస్ క్లోజ్ చేసుకుని నేను చెప్పేటటువంటి ఒక ఆడియో ప్లే చేస్తాను, వినండి. ఐస్ క్లోజ్ చేసుకుంటే చాలా బెటర్ గా బాడీలోకి వెళ్తుందని మా గురువు గారు చెప్పారు. అందుకే ఐస్ క్లోజ్ చేసుకోమన్నాను. కానీ తెలిస్తే అందరినీ చూస్తూ ఉంటాం, ఫోకస్ ఉండదు అంతే. ఓకే, లిజన్ సార్.
For me in this form, because the significance of this lineage is, this is a lineage which clearly understands we are done leaders. When you know you are done leader, you will not try to change anything. That's the significance of being stupid. No? When you think you're stupid, you don't think you will have to innovate, isn't it? People who think they are smart, they always have to make something of their own. They have to leave a signature. So this is a lineage where nobody left a signature on the yoga. I even feel within myself, I shouldn't tell you this, but now you asked, I'm telling you, I don't feel right to even call it Isha classical Hatha Yoga. Within me, it's not okay. Classical Hatha Yoga, that's all it is. Isha is added because today's world functions with brand, and you must understand the brand of Isha has been built with blood.
So, sir, for your question, the founder of Isha himself given the answer.
Guru.
So I don't want to name the foundation.
Yes,
You said the foundation. He said adding the name to yoga, giving a brand name, it is a commercial aspect. And he himself said that he himself not convinced that giving the Isha yoga as a name to the yoga itself, he is not happy. That means the yoga exists in this universe from millions of years. And it came from the nature itself. No one should give a name like Ramana Yoga, Pavan Yoga, Durga Yoga, Ashta Yoga, anybody, they should not. It is only a marketing gimmick. That is why I kept my school name is Ramana School of Yoga. It is not like Ramana Yoga. My school name is Ramana, but I am not giving any kind of, I am not making any modification. I am only telling the instruments as per your body compositions, but the classical Hatha Yoga, what it is existing in the form, what we learned from our gurus, we should not change as per our convenience and our benefits, commercial benefits. Okay, sir. I think, yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much for your explanation. Sorry, I have taken 10 minutes of your valuable time.
Thank you. I think, sir, with the PV Rao sir's permission and
Krishna Rao garu.
Krishna Rao sir permission, I think it is time to.
అయ్యో నా పర్మిషన్ ఏం కాదండి, ఇంకెవరన్నా అడగాలంటే అడగండి. 12:30కి క్లోజ్ చేసేసేద్దాం. ఎవరన్నా అడుగుతారా ఇంకా?
ప్రసాద్ గారు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి. ప్రసాద్ గారు అన్మ్యూట్ వినిపించట్లేదు.
Hello, I am Ramakrishna Reddy.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Sagar sir.
Sir,
Now
చెప్పండి.
you go to YouTube and type Friends of Jindal.
ఏంటది?
Friends of Jindal Yoga.
Friends of Jindal, JINDAL.
Jindal. There is a yoga institute organized by the Jindal company, which is in Bangalore. The Institute of Yoga and Naturopathy Sciences Institute, they conduct yoga programs for all types of diseases.
Okay.
They control sugar, BP, everything within 10 days without any medicine.
Okay.
But only thing is that 10 days system you have to follow lifelong. With food and exercise, system. They will. Even if sugar is 400, they will bring within 2 days to normal stage.
Oh, miracle.
I have joined and practiced for 2-3 years, but after that, it was difficult to lead that lifestyle entire life due to this job and other things. For retired people, it is okay. You go to that website, there is a group called Friends of Jindal Yoga Institute.
Friends of Jindal.
Friends of Jindal Yoga Institute. They have put all the videos in their in YouTube. Pranayama, Yoga Nidra, everything is available. General Yoga for every category, they are having a videos. You can see and practice. By seeing that videos, you can practice it.
Okay, very good. Thank you for your advice.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, ఇక్కడ పవర్ డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిందండి.
పుల్లయ్య గారు ఆయన సీనియర్ సిటిజన్ లో మా దాంట్లో చాలా పెద్దవారు. మా ఆనంద్ నగర్ కాలనీలో యోగా మొదలు పెడితే 4 సంవత్సరాలు ఏమైంది. ఆయన ప్రతిరోజు అంటే 100% అటెండెన్స్, పొద్దున్నే రోజు 5:30కి వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి చేస్తుండేవారు. ఇప్పుడు పుల్లయ్య గారు మీరేమైనా చెప్తారా?
డాక్టర్ గారు, since you asked my daughter to come, yeah, she is my నమస్కారం. She is my daughter అండి, డాక్టర్ పివి రావు గారు.
బాగుంది, చాలా మంచిదమ్మా.
హాయ్
బాబీ.
Yeah. నమస్కారం.
ఈ పాప చేత అన్ని కఠినమైన ఎక్సర్సైజ్లు కూడా చేయిస్తూ ఉంటారా? అర్థం వచ్చేంది రాసిన
సార్ చేస్తారు సార్, చేస్తారు.
అబ్బా.
Very nice. God bless you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir.
ఇంకెవరన్నా ఉన్నారండి?
Another 4 minutes we have, sir.
ఇందాక రెడ్డి గారు ఒక విషయం చెప్పారు. జస్ట్ రిమైండెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఒక చిన్న ఇది చదువుతా. శబ్దాదిభి పంచభిరేవ పంచత్వ మాపుః స్వగుణేన బద్ధాః కురంగ మాతంగ పతంగ మీన బృంఘా నరః పంచచిరంచితం కిం అని శ్రీ శంకరాచార్యుల వారు వివేక చూడమణిలో చెప్పారు. ఈ కీటకాలు జంతువులు ఉన్నాయి కదా, దీపం వెళ్ళి పురుగుని చూసి ఇట్లా an insect goes to the light and because of that it dies. Likewise, a deer is attracted by music. To hunt that, they play music and this deer comes and dies because of that. An elephant, to trap an elephant, they send a female elephant. So for that, this elephant goes and it gets trapped. Likewise, a fish, they put a bite. So to eat that, it goes and gets trapped and dies. A butterfly goes attracted towards a flower. For that honey, it goes inside and the flower closes and it dies. Likewise, all these 5 senses, these animals and insects die only because of one sense. But a man, human being, has all the 5 senses. Only God has to save him. జిందాల్ ఆశ్రమంలో 10 రోజులు ఉంటే తగ్గిపోతుంది అంటున్నారు. అది మెయింటైన్ చేయాలంటే మనకి ఈ సెన్సెస్ మీద చాలా కంట్రోల్ ఉండాలి. అది ఉంటే అసలు డాక్టర్లు వీళ్ళందరూ అక్కర్లేదు కదా, ఎవరు చేయలేరు. శంకరాచార్యుల వారు ఆ రోజుల్లో చెప్పారనమాట. ఇది ఈ మనుషులు అనే వారికి ఇన్ని రకాలు ఉండేసరికి దీన్ని రక్షించాలంటే చాలా కష్టం. అది మనందరం కూడా భగవంతుడిని ప్రార్థిస్తూ చేసుకోవాలన్నమాట. ఇవాళ మనకి రమణ గారు చాలా విషయాలు చెప్పారు. ఇంకొక విషయం నేను మీకు చెప్పాలనుకున్నానంటే, మామూలుగా అందరు చెప్పరు అవి. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఆసనాలు అనేవి మనం చాలా మొదట్లో చాలా ఎంతూసియాస్టిక్ గా what we try to do is we want to do vigorously like this, like exercise. And some people may have problem like what Mamata has. We all want a quick fix nowadays, instant coffee, instant everything. So in yoga, it is not possible. What we have to do is, as he said, progressively and very regularly, if we practice, we get the result. And in yoga, mind is also involved. Many seniors are here, they all know this. So I don't want to make this another lecture. But we would like to thank Dr. Ramana for taking his time and explaining his presentations very lucidly, and the videos also are very illustrative and explanative. Thank you very much, Ramana Garu, for your
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
contribution.
I was a little hesitated actually. నేను పివి రావు గారు సార్ ముందు, దాని తర్వాత ఉషాబాల మేడం ముందు ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఇవ్వడానికి నేను చాలా భయపడ్డాను యాక్చువల్ గా నిన్న. బట్ ఓకే, చెప్తాం, నాకు తెలిసింది చెప్తాము. అబద్ధం అయితే చెప్పకూడదు, నేను తెలుసున్న దాని గురించి నేను నమ్మకంతో వచ్చాను.
మీరు చక్కగా
చెప్పారండి, బాగా ఈజీగా అర్థమైంది.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. And we wish you all the best, and we would like to hear more from you maybe in future in another session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
Very
so much.
nice presentation.
Thank you all, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మేడం. నేను ఎవరైనా పర్సనల్ గా నాతో మాట్లాడాలి అని అనుకుంటే ఏదైనా హెల్ప్ కావాలంటే ఐఎమ్ ఆల్వేస్ వెల్కమ్. కమర్షియల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఏమీ లేదు. నా నెంబరు రావు గారి దగ్గర, పివి రావు గారి దగ్గర, లేకపోతే మా లక్ష్మీనారాయణ దగ్గర తీసుకోండి, మాట్లాడండి. నేను పిల్లలకి దాని తర్వాత పెద్దవాళ్ళకి ప్రతిరోజు మార్నింగ్ 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8 చిన్నపిల్లల బ్యాచ్ చెప్తున్నాను. అండ్ మనీ వాళ్ళు ఎంత ఇస్తే అంతే తీసుకుంటున్నాను. అంత పెద్ద ఇదేమీ కాదు. ఎవరికైనా మీ పెద్దవాళ్ళు ఎవరికైనా సరే ఏదైనా పర్సనల్ గా హెల్ప్ కావాలి, సపోర్ట్ కావాలంటే నేను వీడియో కాల్లో వచ్చి నేను మీకు ఫ్రీగా డెమాన్స్ట్రేట్ చేసి చూపిస్తాను. నాకు మీ దగ్గర ఏమీ కమర్షియల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఏమీ లేదు. బట్ ఎవరైనా బయట యోగా క్లాసులు ఆన్లైన్ లో నేర్చుకోవాలనుకుంటున్న వాళ్ళకి తప్పకుండా చెప్పండి. నేను వాళ్ళకి ఫ్రీగా డెమాన్స్ట్రేషన్ క్లాస్ చూపిస్తాను. వాళ్ళకి నచ్చితే నా దగ్గర జాయిన్. ఓకే, అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఎ ఫుల్ టైమ్ యోగా టీచర్. ఐ హ్యావ్ మై ఫార్మా జాబ్ and only yoga is my passion. And you know, spreading the harmony through yoga is my aim and ambition, madam. Thank you so much.
ప్రభాకర్ గారు ఏం చెప్తున్నారా?
నమస్కారం అండి. చాలా బాగుంది. వెరీ
Thank you,
నైస్.
sir.
పివి రావు గారికి, ఉషావల్ గారికి, రమణ గారికి
Thank you.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి.
Thank you very much. మరి మళ్ళీ we'll meet in the next month with some other topic, whatever it is.
Thank you, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
We also thank people who have provided assistance for this meeting possible. And Lakshmi Narayana from Sweet Souls, and I do not know who others are here. And last but by no means least, each one of the participants here for taking an active part and making this a success. Okay, bye.
Okay.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Thank you.
Thank you.